Hello guys, I am back, and I watched Jurassic World Rebirth. So, I think for the first, 30 or so minutes, I think we aren't gonna be talking into spoiler territory. I think we'll just start off with just some we won't really getting into spoilers. We'll start going into that stuff around 30 minutes in, alright? So, yeah, for those who are gonna join the stream now, well, just know that we aren't gonna be talking about spoilers until, a couple minutes in. So, it's gonna be, half an hour until we talk about that. So, I don't know what time it is for you guys over there. For me, personally, I saw the movie around, 10 a.m. in the morning, so, for me, it was a pretty early screening. I don't know if it was actually 10 a.m., for Europe and stuff. For America, I'd say, actually, people are gonna watch it now. Because, I don't know, I think the time is a bit faster here in South Korea, but I don't know. But yes, I watched Jurassic World Rebirth. So, first, let's talk about the ratings, right? For the Jurassic World, slash Park franchise. Right. So, I think my franchise roster would, my number one Jurassic World, slash Park franchise movie would probably be, Jurassic World. Would be the first, then Jurassic Park comes second. Third, I'd probably go with Lost World. Fourth, I'd say Jurassic Park 3. Then I'd say Jurassic World. I guess Rebirth is over here. Then Jurassic World Dominion, and then Fallen Kingdom. I think that's gonna be in the roster. So, I think in the movie itself wasn't, too bad. I think I gave it a 5.5 out of 10, which a lot of people might think, oh, you gave the movie a bad score, but, no. I think 5 is, the average movie. 5 is a movie, I really don't have any qualms with, going to the theater, right? I'd sit down and watch the movie, right? I think Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, let's talk about, the actual score. I'd give, Jurassic World a 9. I think a Jurassic Park would be 8.5. I think Lost World would be about an 8. Jurassic Park 3, I think, would be, almost a 7.6. I'd say I give Rebirth a 5.5. I give Dominion a 5, and I would probably give Fallen Kingdom a 3. I think, in terms of, my movie score. So I think 10 is, a masterpiece of a movie. I'd say 5 is a movie, I'd watch multiple times in the theater, right? But Fallen Kingdom is, I really wouldn't go to the movies to watch it, but because it has dinosaurs, I'll probably watch it the first time, but I won't come back. I think, 65 would be a movie that's around 3-4-ish, I think. So, yeah, I think, that's gonna be my roster. Rebirth is, a significantly, lower than the other previous movies up in the list, but, it isn't as bad as Dominion or Fallen Kingdom, so, if you guys want to go see some dinosaurs, yeah, I'd say sure not, sure, go ahead. I think it's worth a shot, right? The movie wasn't, too terrible, right? So, yeah, what else is there? Yes, let me talk about that for a moment. I did actually, so, before the movie started, remember how I said that I was gonna, that I visited, what was it? I, visited some kind of event near Seoul, where they actually had the movie stars from the movie, they had, a tour to South Korea, and the guys, not the guys, the Scarlett Johansson, I think? That was the main character? Which, by the way, guys, I don't even remember the names of the main character in the movie. I actually don't know any, I can't remember. But yes, I did go to, the red carpet event, I think. I think I'm gonna show you guys some pictures of it. Where is it? Let me just quickly go to my Discord and post them there. And yeah, I saw the actual actors and actresses there. I think, but, I don't know, personally, because I was really in for the dinosaurs, like, I did join the event because, well, I never really had something like that in South Korea, so I was like, oh, that's interesting. I was gonna join them. Let's join them. Let's see what happens. Well, they spent like it was like a bunch of actors. There were a lot of people that came beforehand. They were waiting for like I couldn't even like get my dinosaur toy signed. There were like 100 people right in front of them. And yeah, we couldn't really visit. I really couldn't see the actors. I had to actually go up to the second floor, and I had to like look down on like the people because we were in like in a shopping mall. So, well, I think it's better if I visualize it with images, I suppose. But yes, I visited that event. I was thinking about like seeing more dinosaurs. I honestly don't know why I was going there. Like, I knew there were gonna be actors, coming to the scene. I don't know, maybe I was thinking they might show something more about dinosaurs, but, well, I mean, they did say it was like a, actor invitation, advertisement kind of thing, so, I don't know what I was expecting. It's more like it was in the summer vacation, so, I really didn't have anything better to do, so I was like, yeah, sure, I should visit them, because why not? But, yes. I don't know what I expected, but I saw the actual actors there. It was pretty cool. This is like the lead actor. She was, I think she was the guy that with the, not really the guy, but like, I guess she was the woman who's like shooting the mosasaurs in the trailer, I think. Yeah, look at it. There's so many people. They're all like getting those posters signed. Really cool. Like, I didn't get a nice view because I was like on the second floor, but yes, there was so much competition, man. Like, like, I must say, though, I gotta give huge kudos to the actors, because there's, like, 80 people lining up to get their posters signed, and, like, the actors signed, like, the majority of them. Like, I don't know, I would be going crazy if I had to, like, sign, like, 90 posters in, like, an hour, right? Well, at the same time, there were, like, a bunch of people from, like, Instagram stuff. They had, like, actual phones that had, like, light coming out of them to, like, get, like, a perfect, like, Instagram shot or something like that. So, yeah, I wasn't really quite aware of what the actors were. I know one of the actors was from Avengers, although I have seen Avengers. I don't really remember anything. And I think there was like a big robot fish that Hulk beat the shit out of it, but like that's like the only thing I remember. And like I know that there was like a Thanos at one point as well. Like that's all I know. But yeah, but anyways, yes. So it seems like there were a lot of fans from the actors though. Like there were a lot of people who were there for, was it, like, Scarlett Johansson, I think? Yes, there were loads of people that were a fan of her, so, yeah, I think this is Gareth Edwards. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, I did really like the T-Rex head sculpt. I totally have one in my living room, but it was really big. Like, look at that. That's like a human right there, right? It's very big, so, very cool. There were all, and at the end of the day, they had a big boom and then they shot like 1,000,000 balloons down. I felt it very funny about a movie that's like talking about, oh yes, human environmental change has caused the dinosaurs to die out, and then they just release like 1,000,000 balloons. Yeah, that's very counterintuitive to what the movie was saying, but yeah, sure, go ahead, I suppose. But yes, 1,000,000 balloons. I took one of them home, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie though, like, because we were on the second floor, like, when I was going down, like, the event has wrapped up, and they were, like, popping the balloons, and, like, I don't know, it's just not really creep, but, like, it was freaking the shit out of me, because, I don't know, I'm not really good with loud noises. Like, I don't mind, like, one loud noise, but, like, those constant pops out of nowhere, like, when they're, like, popping the 1,000,000 balloons. I don't know, like, they literally revealed, like, they literally shot down 1,000,000 balloons for, like, 10 seconds of, hype moments on aura, I suppose. But, yes, 1,000,000 balloons, that's something that happened. There were also more actors there lining up on stage. I think he's, like, yeah, back then, I didn't even know what role this guy was doing. Apparently, like, I think he was the guy with the, he was like the bad guy, so to say, in the movie. Well, I'll give my opinions on the characters themselves a bit later, but, yeah, I didn't even know what like, I know that there's only gonna be one female lead, so I knew that Scarlett Johansson was gonna be there. I didn't actually see Duncan's actor here. I think he wasn't there, which is kind of ironic considering I think Duncan was probably my favorite character in the movie. Yes, and I didn't even know who was the scientist and who was the other guy until I actually saw the movie today. So yeah, that is something that happened. Yes, very interesting. I did go there like the day. I did go there yesterday. Yeah, actually, yeah, it was yesterday, right? I did watch the movie today. I just remembered, right? It might actually be. Yeah, it was literally like 12 hours ago exactly. But yes. What else is there? I have a little note of all the stuff. Let's think. Let's think. Yes, Jurassic World Rebirth is out now. I did watch it, so that's why we're doing the whole thing. So I don't know how many of you guys watched it. Like I've seen some people like I think Steven Brissett, one of the people like scientists who worked on the movie. I think he said he watched the movie during midnight. So but that was like 4 p.m. for me. So that was way after I actually watched the movie. So I don't know, maybe the people overseas haven't actually seen the movie because it's like it's not out yet, maybe. I don't know. But yes. Right. I should probably formulate my words better because I am going to be editing this into a video. I'm not going to be writing a separate script on this and then editing it because I don't think I'll be able to get the video out in time if that's the case. So well. All right. You know what? I was gonna say we're gonna spend like 30 minutes before we go into the spoilers part, but no, we're going into the spoilers right now. There isn't really too much to talk about. I want to talk more about the movie in general. Oh wait, hold up. There's something that we did do. Let me quickly go to Twitter. I think I did get something from the movie theater. Yes. They had like a dinosaur popcorn, not really a popcorn bucket, yeah. Can we talk about that for a moment? South Korea did not get a Jurassic World popcorn bucket at all. I don't know why. That was, stupid. I didn't like it. So, yes, this is the thing that I got. Yeah, that's the thing cut out. And, like, this, I got, like, a little, like, aluminum can. And inside, there was, like, a dinosaur acrylic keyring, which, by the way, like, it's not even the Jurassic World Rebirth logo. Can we even talk about this for a moment? Right? Like, it looks like the Fallen Kingdom logo, actually, I think. Right? For all I know, this might actually be something from Fallen Kingdom, because the logo is not from Jurassic World Rebirth. So... and I got, like, a couple of dinosaur stickers, which is, like, I guess it's, like, cool. So, like... by the way, yeah, this isn't like anything, like it's basically like an aluminum like little can, and there was like an acrylic key ring and like 5 stickers. That's it. So yes, I watched it in CGV. I know that Lotte Cinema and like Cine something has like a different stuff that they give out. I think Cine something gives like a 3D dinosaur poster. Lotte gives like what was it? I think they gave little like a plastic ticket. Oh yeah, they also had like a little iPod, like a little bag for their iPods in the shape of like a Jurassic World bag, which I thought it was pretty cool. Like mainly because I don't really use iPods, so but still I'm probably gonna buy them if I end up watching the movie again with my friend who's writing the graduation paper with me. But yeah, there's like some merch, but like it's nothing compared to what you guys get in the US. Like I can't believe like the United States gets like 10 different types of the popcorn bucket. Like I want a dinosaur incubator popcorn bucket too, you know. I want to get the Spinosaurus on the cup. Who doesn't want a fucking Spinosaurus on a cup, right? Like I legit thought that South Korea would be getting the Spinosaurus on the cup. I want the Spinosaurus on the cup. Like holy shit, like what? Why do I get, like, 5 stickers, man? And, like, an acrylic keyring that isn't even from the actual movie? It's from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom! But yes. Movie, 5.5. Not awful, not terrible. A decent watch. I think if it wasn't for the fact they were, I will say this though. The movie itself seems to be very, like, I hate to say this, I might come off weird, but the movie really seems to be anti-dinosaur. Like, it's very hard for me to put it into words what that exactly means, but it feels like the people who were making the movie didn't like dinosaurs. Like, it feels like the movie was made by someone who views the Jurassic World as a franchise, and not from someone who not even has a slight interest for dinosaurs. Like, that's the way at least I saw it from. Like, because they added in D-Rex, they added in a bunch of hybrids, which, by the way, they said they wouldn't be doing any more hybrid shit since the last movie, but guess they lied to us. And, like, the general way that dinosaurs are treated in the movie, like, they made them seem like they're this really boring thing that people dislike. Like, no one gives really a shit about them. And all the dinosaurs are stupid, they died out very easily. Like, I feel like the movie in general is just understating how successful dinosaurs were as an animal group. And it's all, like, it's like even the movie was like, oh, people don't even like dinosaurs, so we're gonna give him a centaur dinosaur. With 6 limbs, yeah, that's gonna cut it, right? Which is really stupid, because I'm gonna be honest, guys, like, I don't know why they had the Mutodons and the D-Rex. They just felt really unnecessary. Like, you could just replace the D-Rex with another big theropod dinosaur, and they could replace the Mutodons with the Raptors, and I think nothing would have really significantly changed in terms of the plot. So, yeah, I don't know, like, the mutants just felt really unnecessary, which is really ass, considering that I was really shitting on the movie because of the mutants, but, like, when I was going to the theaters, looking for the, like, because when I was entering the theater, right, I've kind of accepted the fact that there was gonna be a 6-legged insect dinosaur and leathery raptors with wings, right? Like, that, like, it was gonna be happening regardless of whether I liked it or not. So the least I was expecting it, was that at least the execution was gonna be good. But no, like, they could have just replaced it for any other big dinosaur, and it still would have worked just fine. I don't know why they replaced it. Did they do that for, like, for internet points? Well, I guess it worked then, because you got me all riled up. Congratulations. You managed to piss off a person who likes dinosaurs in your franchise about dinosaurs. I don't know. Congratulations, you did the unspeakable thing. They do fly, yeah, they do, I guess. They did fly. Like, they fly with a raptor in their talons, right? Yeah, at this point, it's just like arc bullshit, right? Like, what the fuck do you mean that thing can fly perfectly with the with a raptor holding on to a raptor, right? How does T-Rex has a good execution? What are you talking about? What do you mean it has a good execution? It was terrible! Like, because people were saying, oh yes, remember guys when I said that, when people said, oh yeah, the D-Rex was gonna be, this really sad, portrayed as a very sad, painful animal, right? Bullshit! Bullshit! What the frick do you mean the D-Rex was in pain, right? It was just another kaiju, man. Like, it was not in pain. I don't know. I mean, if the D-Rex is in pain, damn, I guess my life is just an agony, man. Like, it was just acting like a normal mutant dinosaur, if that's what I call it, I guess. Yes, I will say that, though, alright? Let's go over my predictions first, right? Emphasis on failures. Big edge. Nothing about failures was emphasized even in the slightest. It literally happened. Like the worst I was expecting was happened. They literally did nothing in terms of this. This was literally just a plot device to get the D-Rex into the island. That I didn't mind, but it was completely the reason why they didn't have Spinosaurus, the reason why they didn't have Titanosaurs, Equilops, none of the dinosaurs. No reason as to why they were only on this island and nowhere else. So, terrible, failing ecosystem, not even mentioned in the slightest, and it's not there. It's literally just an island. At this point, I don't know why they didn't use Sorna. D-Rex died in a lava explosion. And it did not happen. D-Rex did not die in a lava explosion. In fact, it did not actually die at all, which I will actually get credit for this. They did not end it in a Dino versus Dino sequence. Woohoo! Like, I legit thought that they're gonna be fighting the Spinosaurus. So many people said that that was gonna be happening. The D-Rex just didn't die at all. It just boogered off and that was it. Which, I guess it's not, they didn't kill it off in a lab explosion, but I'll take that over a D-Rex dying in another Dino versus Dino fight, right? Like, it's bad, like, that's terrible, right? No, like, it's good. Good they didn't do another Dino versus Dino fight. Like, I actually want to give, huge credits for this, right? Like, I know that took a lot of I knew that took a lot of restraint, Gareth Edwards, for not trying to squeeze in a Dino versus Dino fight at the end. I appreciate the effort, right? Quetzal next explanation. And literally just a plot device. An ancient civilization was never mentioned. A conclusive ending. Actually, yes, the ending was pretty conclusive. There was no, like, a franchise slop to be said. For example, like Fallen Kingdom, where it was just an advertisement for the next movie. I think the movie was very good in the sense that it was basically, like Jurassic Park 3. A decent movie that I don't know about how it is gonna be, going on from the future. Like, how the movie is gonna lead from the future, but, like, the movie was, like, it was, like, a decent story on its own, right? Like, very good. Aggressive herbivores. And, in fact, which is really stupid because the movie in general, minus the Titanosaur and the Equilops, like, the movie just barely featured any herbivores, like, at all. Like, I was actually surprised at, like, how little of dinosaurs, like, especially, like, variants of dinosaurs were in this movie. Like, we all knew that they're gonna be having, like, the Titanosaur and Equilops, but, like, no. Like, there were just barely any herbivores in the movie in general. Yes. That also means Diabloceratops! And it was not there at all. Like, I kind of hoped that they were gonna be adding in Diabloceratops because I heard news that they would be adding in some deleted scenes? I don't know, maybe I ended up watching the variant that didn't have the included scenes because South Korea has a weird censoring thing. Because, fun fact, in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, when I watched it in the theater, we didn't actually see the T-Rex doing the reference pose and after eating meals. I think it was, like, censored from the movie, so I actually didn't actually see it. I only saw the T-Rex crush the DNA sample, and that was it. Like, the version was, like, censored, so, tension over action, yes, I don't know. I'll give this a yellow, actually. Because number one, I didn't quite, expect, like, I honestly, even to this day, like, this is something that you guys said. I don't exactly remember why I added in this. I think it, but, like, there was a lot of, like, suspenseful parts. So, like, there were a lot of suspenseful parts, but they were kind of in the action sequence. So, I don't think there was really a scene that was pure tension only, like a horror film. Which is kind of interesting, considering the fact that, oh yes, this movie is gonna be more like a horror movie. Because, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really quite, like, I watched the movie, but, like, I didn't really feel like it was a horror movie. Like, I don't know what they meant by going back to the roots. I'm gonna be honest. It was like a decent movie, don't get me wrong, but like calling it a horror movie would be a stretch, I think. So let me tell you the most wildest thing ever. Right? Remember how Oud said we'd be having background prehistoric animals? Like, I kind of shrugged it off. That's true! We actually had, like, I think that we had, like, prehistoric birds flying around the Titanosaur. We even had some kind of, like, prehistoric amphibian as well, which is, like, I don't know. I don't know if Oud saw that from a spoiler or something, but yeah, he was right. We actually end up seeing background prehistoric animals. I really like that. We didn't see major dinosaurs roles die, and that's fine. I didn't really. That was more like a hopes. That would be a plus, but I didn't really have to see it, right? Having a good guy die. Yes, in fact, a lot of good guys did die. I like this. We had decapitated Dunkleosteus. Yeah, but I don't think Dunkleosteus should be considered a background prehistoric animal, you know. Dunkeluncle is a kind of a big deal, you know, especially the implications, right? The implications of a Dunkeluncle. Because we didn't really see it in the movie, so we didn't really see it in the Jurassic World franchise, and like I don't know how the Dunkeluncle escaped, right? How is Dunkeluncle in the Jurassic World universe? I didn't quite understand that. I felt that was really weird, because the only contact that Jurassic World hybrids had with the outside world was literally the Mosasaur lagoon opening up. So are you implying that the Dunkleosteus lived alongside the Mosasaurus in the lagoon? Which there's no way that happened, right? Like the Mosasaur would have eaten the Dunkeluncle, right? So it's basically like the Giga and the Quetzal. Like, I feel like a lot of the dinosaurs, ever since they got released from Fallen Kingdom, just appear out of thin air. They just materialize out of fucking nowhere, right? Like, it almost feels like there's some mad scientist in the Jurassic World franchise, and in the Jurassic World universe, somewhere in a hidden facility underneath the city, just shitting out different dinosaurs for the sake of chaos, I guess. The good guys that die were really just predator fodder from the get-go. Yes, true, but I will say though, again, they were fodder, but I appreciate the fact that good guys actually died, right? It's better than dinosaurs just targeting bad guys like they did in Fallen Kingdom and Dominion, right? We knew they were gonna be fodder, but like, come on though, like if you see a bunch of mercenaries go into a dinosaur island, you kind of expect, like, the majority of them to be fodder, right? Like, you can't really blame the movie for that, like, so do you want the characters to not die, right? Dinosaurs acting like animals? I mean, yeah, like, none of them really acted like, none of them really acted like monsters, I guess. Like, mainly because, again, there really weren't that many dinosaurs in general in the movie, right? There was the Quetz, the Titanosaur, the Mosa. I mean, to be fair, they said dinosaurs, which, if you think about it, that's literally just a Titanosaur, Spino, and Quillops. That's it. So please don't go into the long grass. Actually, yeah, no, we did not have, like, a blatant nostalgia bait. In fact, despite what a lot of people said, like, I think even Swerve said the movie had a lot of, like, on-hand references, but I personally didn't really notice that much, and it's even the ones that weren't too egregious. So, okay, let's be honest, I don't know if, what color I should use for please don'ts, because, does red imply that they did do that, so it's bad, or do you mean they didn't do that, so it's good? I don't know. So, please don't. So, yeah, hold on. No, we should change the color for this, right? Yeah, this should be green, right? Yeah, we should put it in green. Yes. There we go. Yes, thank you. Raptors completely sidelined for hybrids. It happened. I can't believe it happened. Like, this is one of the things I'm, like, actually visibly upset by this. Like, The only reason we didn't get aggressive raptors in the previous Jurassic World installment, because we had to make the Velociraptor the good guys, right? So now that finally Blue is out of the picture, you'd expect, finally for once, you'd see aggressive Velociraptors. No! They get killed like 10 seconds in for the Mutadons, and that's it! What the fuck, man? Biggest insult. Boo! What the fuck, man? Like, and especially it's egregious because the Mutadons didn't do anything that the Raptors wouldn't be doing. Right? They fly, but like, that's literally the scene after they pick up the kill that they kill, like the Mutadon appears while some guy's like pissing in the background. They kill, like, they 2v1 a raptor, and they just pick a raptor up and just fly off with it, like some fucking dinosaur in Ark, right? And that's it! Like, why did they do that? I don't know. References. They didn't do that many references. That's fine. Like, I think the amount of references that we had in the movie, maybe I didn't realize that, but, like, they were alright. That's fine. Like, references, like, I guess in terms of, like, the actual references that I saw was, like, when the movie first started, they had, like, a section of, like, mirror objects in the mirror are closer than they seem. Which, by the way, fun fact, guys, when they actually, when I first saw that in the Jurassic Park movie, I thought that was something that they just added in for comedic effect. It was only later that I actually realized that that's a sentence that's actually written in a lot of the side mirrors for the cars. Like, I didn't know that because I don't drive cars. In South Korea, we don't really, like, it's different from the United States because we're mostly using public transportation because public transportation is just so well implemented in a country. Like, it's different from the United States where having a car is almost mandatory. So, it was actually a shocker when I saw objects are closer in the mirror than they seem, like, in the side mirror, because I was like, holy shit, that's a Jurassic Park reference, when, no, that's actually the thing that cars have in real life, so. Yeah. Marvel-like dialogue, actually, yeah, we didn't see that many, like, Marvel-like dialogue. We didn't really have any, like, bad, stupid comedic timing stuff in the middle of action scenes. Good. I don't think we actually had a single funny dialogue in the middle of an action scene. Which is interesting. Very well done. I will give credit. Credit where credit's due. No hero dinosaurs. Very good. Very good. The hybrids taking up a majority of the screen time. Like, I feel like I unironically think that this is kind of like a monkey's paw, right? The hybrids didn't really take up a majority of the screen time. That's true. But at the same time, the hybrids there really wasn't a reason for the hybrids to be there in the first place. So, they just kind of felt unnecessary, so. Yeah, no. That's fine. Yeah, it's weird. It's a monkey's paw situation. But, well, I asked for it, I got it, so I can't really say I'm upset by that. The third act was all mutants. But here's the thing, Kamadoma, right? The entire movie in general felt like, minus the major plot points with the dinosaurs, like, with the scenes that we know. Like, we knew they're gonna be seeing the Titanosaur. We knew they're gonna be fighting the Spino and the Mosa, right? There weren't any, like, dinosaur scenes in between those scenes. So it didn't really feel like the movie in general showed a lot of dinosaurs. You know, that's if you know what I mean. For example, right, in Jurassic World, heck, like, I think it's very strange the way Jurassic World Rebirth did it. It almost feels like Jurassic World Rebirth didn't really utilize a lot of dinosaurs. They utilized dinosaurs in a very similar way in the original movie, but I can't really say that's a good thing, right? Because you know how in the original movie there really weren't that many dinosaur species. There was only like 8 dinosaur species, and all dinosaur species had like their own very specific scene. I think minus the Parasaurolophus at the beginning, right? But the further we go, every single movie after the Well, where's, by the way, well, hold up. Let me go grab my air conditioner. It's getting hot. Where's my air con? There it is, right. So, for example, right? So in the first movie, we didn't really have that many dinosaurs, right? Because every dinosaur had a very specific scene that they were tied to, right? They didn't back then. But like we didn't have the money nor technology to have a lot of dinosaurs, like because that was back in the 15th, 14th century, right? So like we didn't actually have a lot of good CG graphics, like so making a single like dinosaur CG sequence was like expensive, right? So they had to make the most out of the short amount of screen time of the dinosaurs that they had. So it felt like the movie didn't like they were like the first movie didn't actually have that many dinosaurs. Like I think from what I've heard, the actual screen time of the dinosaurs was like 8 minutes, right? Which is like insanely short. It really shows how well they utilize the dinosaurs. But yes, that's, and then we had Jurassic Park Lost World, where they did actually have an entire safari sequence with a bunch of herbivores running around. They showed the dinosaurs breaking out of their cages, so you saw a lot of dinosaurs there. In Jurassic Park 3, we saw the plane fly over like a herd of dinosaurs, and then at the end later in the movie you also had the raft sequence with the Brachiosaurus and the Carnivores and the beetles and stuff. And in Jurassic World, of course, we had the gyrosphere scene. We had the scene with the children playing with the baby dinosaurs. Minus, like, let's don't ask the question about the ethics of that, but still. In Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, you had the dinosaurs escape from the gyrosphere valley. You saw a bunch of dinosaurs. In Jurassic World Dominion, you saw again a bunch of dinosaurs. In terms of the again, I guess in Jurassic World Dominion in general, they just showed a lot of dinosaurs, right? The Malta sequence, the Nasutoceratops sequence. Jurassic World Dominion in general had a lot of like large-scale dinosaur action sequences, and so cover me shocked when we didn't really see any of that in Jurassic World Rebirth. There weren't any, like, large-scale dinosaur action sequences. Yeah, you saw lots of titanosaurs, but, like, I don't really think that really qualifies as a large-scale dinosaur action scene, because it's, like, one dinosaur species, right? What I'm talking about in terms of large dinosaur scale action is, like, I want to see, like, a lot of dinosaurs. And I really realized this after I've watched this movie, but it really felt like the island in general just felt dead to me, because they did show a scene where they I guess the family with the kids and the boyfriend and the girl, they entered the island. They show like a big view of the island, but there were none of the dinosaurs. We didn't see a single dinosaur in the scene. Like, I don't know why they didn't do that, because showing, like, some dinosaurs, like, near a river just grazing and drinking, I think that would have made that scene a lot better, but they didn't do that. In fact, they just didn't really use a lot of, like, large-scale dinosaur sequences at all. Like, there were no herds of dinosaurs, minus the Titanosaur. Like, there weren't that many, like, large, like, a lot of scenes where they showed a variety of dinosaurs, basically. So, the island in general just felt dead, which also alludes me to think that, oh, this island, like, it just felt like Jurassic World Rebirth didn't actually have a lot of, like, various dinosaur action sequences. But if you nitpick it, you do realize, no, the movie did actually have a couple of decent dinosaur scenes, but then you realize that, hold up, they really didn't do anything, like, large-scale dinosaur herding scenes in the previous movie, so the island in general just felt dead. Yes, we're the ornithomimids. There were no gallimimuses. Heck, there weren't even any ceratopsians. There were no stegosaurs. Like, the only hadrosaur that we saw was a dead one, which I'd argue doesn't even qualify as one. So, is it true that the Mutodons and D-Rex mate and end up with a dragon being born? No. No, that doesn't happen, unfortunately. But yes, because there weren't any, like, large-scale dinosaur actions, like, herding scenes, like, the movie just felt lacking in terms of dinosaurs. Yeah, and it's only Jurassic World Rebirth where I noticed that every single movie before then did actually utilize some form of, like, large-scale dinosaur herding things. minus the first movie. I guess the first movie did actually have the Brachiosaurus and the Parasaurolophus drinking scene. I guess that could qualify as a large scale. I mean, I wouldn't say various dinosaurs, but there's only 2 of them, so. What scene would you consider your favorite? Well, we'll go over that after we do hopes and please downs, right? So, luckily enough, we didn't have any ancient civilization voodoo magic, right? Like, again, this was really the worst case scenario, which unfortunately, happens, clashes with me wanting a more detailed explanation about the Quetzal nest, which they didn't really have, so. An exposition dump. They didn't actually have a new sequence which basically recapped every single scene from the movie. That didn't happen. So, yeah, I'd say that's a green thing. So, yeah. Actually, if you think about it, right? I think this really sums up Jurassic World Rebirth, right? I didn't really get to see a lot of things that we wanted. But at the same time, nothing terrible happened either, right? Minus the Mutodons. Minus the Mutodons completely sidelining the Raptors. Minus that, there really wasn't anything, like, the movie just felt mild, right? Like, there wasn't any, like, really good positives, but there weren't really any terrible negatives either. So, I guess that's why the Mutodons outshining the Raptors just felt like a punch in the gut, because minus that, there really wasn't anything too bad to punch the movie for. So, yeah, I think that's why I gave the movie a 5.5. I didn't really give it any lower than that because, yeah, it was pretty average. Yeah, nothing great happened, but nothing terrible happened either. So, so yeah, I think that's what I think. So. Right, so what, you might ask me, was my favorite scene from the movie, right? I think the one thing that caught me completely off guard in the movie was when the Quetzalcoatlus, okay, this is spoiler territory, guys, when the Quetzalcoatlus swallowed the guy. That was just a shocker for me, because I was like, even when I saw the Quetzal, right? I was like, yeah, sure, right? Because the way the movie was, like, the way they were, like, showing the movie, oh, there was gonna be a version of the movie with both the Diablosaurus and the Carnivores. Yeah, exactly, that's, like, my version wasn't that, so, yes. No, I don't think there was any end post-credit scenes. I don't think I saw them, but yes. But yeah, I knew that the way the movie was sequenced was that every single time we saw a new dinosaur, some guy from the merch team would die, right? So we did, so the only guy that was still alive, minus the main cast, was like the other French, mercenary guy, like it was like Duncan's friend. So we kind of expected him to die, right? In the Quetzal scene. But it was only a matter of how he would die instead of like when he would die. It wasn't really a question of how instead of if. So, but like I kind of did expect, like I kind of thought that he'd get pecked to death by the Quetzal or something like that. I did not expect us to actually see the guy being swallowed live by the Quetzal. Like that was such a shocker to me because I was like, there was no way, like, because I was like, there was no way they're gonna be doing that. I know they're just gonna wuss out, right? There's no way they're gonna show, like, the Quetzal actually being a fucking menace, right? But then they actually did that. I was like, holy damn shit. Oh, wow, they're not pulling any punches with the Quetzal scene, huh? Like, that was, I like that, actually. I really like that. I do think that the merch guy was a bit, too dead, I felt like. I guess you could maybe show the guy a bit more twitching around in the mouth, kind of screaming while it's being swallowed alive. But I guess that would make the movie a bit too gruesome, I guess. But yeah, I genuinely think that is probably one of the best deaths in the franchise. Like, straight up, I really like that. I liked how, because being eaten by Quetzal, right? it's a different kind of fear than that of being eaten by a raptor or being eaten by a rex, right? Because at least with the raptors, they slash you up with your claws. With the T-Rex, they crush your bones. There is a difference between sliced up and bleeding on your ground and being your bones completely crushed versus being picked up by a carnivorous giraffe and being swallowed alive. That's a totally different type of horror. And that is why I always thought Darkids were so terrifying. And they showed that. And I like that so much. So, yeah. I like that very much. It was probably my favorite scene from the movie. And I did like how that wasn't spoiled in the trailers. Thankfully. So yeah. I really like that scene. So, also, I'm gonna be honest, right? I liked Duncan more than, I forgot what the main character was. Like, who was the woman? What was the name of the character in Jurassic World Rebirth? Like, the only guy that I remember is, like, Duncan. That's, like, the only name that I remember. Hold up. Yeah, Zora. Zora, yeah. I liked Duncan's character arc. I just couldn't care about Zora, I'm gonna be honest, right? It felt very half-assed. The character in general, right? The paleontologist was, like, alright, I guess. Right? Like, there are scenes where I felt like he was a bit off, but in general, like, I didn't really understand his motivation, right? Because the way they talked about dinosaurs in the movie, right? They were like, so, hold up, right? You know what, guys? Let's talk about the movie from the start to the beginning, right? Let's slowly go over the parts, like, one by one, right? So, the movie's, like, kicks off with, like, the dinosaurs talking, alright, yeah, let's go over the movie in a chronological order, right? So, yes. Alright, let's start off with a prologue. I don't know why, again, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like, prologues in franchise movies, because it just feels like they are retconning things every time they show a prologue. So, I wasn't really a fan of the prologue, but I will say, the Jurassic World Rebirth prologue, atmosphere-wise, very well done. I liked it. But, like, the item leading, but the story, I guess, leading up to the prologue, bullshit. It just, that's, like, movie-level stupidity of, like, pouring alcohol on the control pad to kill Mechagodzilla. Like, that's all, like, the same level of stupidity that we saw in the prologue. Like, what do you mean? One candy bar destroys an entire facility. That makes no sense, right? Like, what? Like, I get it, right? I guess maybe the door stops. Why does the entire facility break down? That makes no sense at all. Like, I can't believe that they did that. Like, it was so stupid, right? In the movie in general, the science in the movie just feels really, really half-assed. It really feels like an action movie than a sci-fi movie. Which is bad, because Jurassic Park and Slash the World franchise is supposed to be a science fiction movie first and an action movie second. But this movie feels like an action movie first and science like fourth or fifth, right? Because a lot of the science in the movie doesn't even, like, make sense, or it's just distracting, right? Like, none of the science in the movie, like, I don't think there was a single scene in the movie in terms of science where I sat down and I was like, yeah, yeah, sure, like, it's similar to the mosquito things, right? Like, we get it, DNA isn't preserved for a long time, but with the Jurassic Park universe, you can kind of go above the fact, you can kind of accept the fact that, yes, they're making an exception for that. Like, we know Jurassic DNA isn't preserved for that long, but what if it did? And we kind of build off the story from that. But in terms of this movie, there's nothing to build off of. All the science just feels half-assed. So, yeah. I didn't like how his Snickers bars destroyed the entire facility. There's no way that, like, that was a thing. Stupid. Bullshit. I didn't like it, even in the slightest. Like, it was so stupid that it actively distracted me from the really cool action sequence with the D-Rex. Which, by the way, was like 90%, revealed in the trailers. Which, again, makes me wonder, why do we even go to the cinema in the first place? If they're gonna show all the action scenes in the trailer, right? But yes. Big dinosaurs on big screen, I guess. Yeah. So, yeah, that happened. So, yeah, and then we cut back to some people saying that, oh yes, climate change killed off all the dinosaurs. Because dinosaurs were evolutionary pieces of shit, failures that couldn't do anything, that were wiped out by a big stone hurling from outer space. That was basically the vibe that they were going for, which is so counterintuitive from the fact that even in the original, not even original Jurassic Park, fuck original Jurassic Park, even in the original Jurassic World, there was a scene where they showed the dinosaur, they showed a foot of a crow simulating the foot of a dinosaur, indicating that, oh yes, birds are in fact modern dinosaurs. But dinosaurs were not evolutionary failures and immediately died for no fucking reason, right? But in this movie, they were like, no, dinosaurs are actually pieces of shit that died for no fucking reason. And you know what? One might think that the only redeeming factor about dinosaurs, would be the fact that they were ancient gods that actually looked cool. Guess what? Fuck that as well. People don't even give a shit about dinosaurs, right? Yeah, yeah, people like panda bears and polar bears because they're cute, I guess, but yeah, dinosaurs, living gods that ruled the earth for 100 million years? Yeah, fuck them, I guess. They're boring, right? We don't give a shit about them. Yeah, Patasaurus dies in the middle of London, but I guess no one gives a shit about that because who gives a fuck about dinosaurs, am I right? Like, which just felt like, what do you mean? What do you mean dinosaurs are, like, again, like, this, yeah, are they trying to make the Jurassic Park franchise not about dinosaurs? Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's like the movie is, like, actively discouraging people from making the dinosaurs likable, if you know what I mean. Which, if you think about it, right, one of the points that people pointed out in the first Jurassic World movie was like that, oh yes, people making the Indominus Rex felt kind of stupid because they created the Jurassic World, the theme park so well that it made viewers feel like, oh yes, I really want to go to the Jurassic World. So when they mentioned the fact that, oh, the ticket sales were bad, so we're making the Indominus Rex, just felt weird because the theme park seemed to be doing really well. Even as a moviegoer, the way they advertised Jurassic World and the way they showed in the movie really made it seem like a thriving theme park with awesome dinosaurs. So when they kind of pull up the fact that, oh yes, we're gonna make an Indominus Rex because people are bored of dinosaurs, you kind of wonder because, what do you mean? The people seem to be enjoying dinosaurs a lot. I don't know why you're trying to make the Indominus Rex. Just feels like kind of like half-assed, right? So it felt weird. Whereas in this movie, now the people actually do feel like they don't give a shit about dinosaurs. But now it feels weird because I guess it just feels weird. I guess I can't really find myself a way to put it because they didn't really say anything counterintuitive. But I guess it added with the fact that the third act of the movies, it doesn't even include any dinosaurs at all. I guess just gives off the vibe that the filmmakers just don't like dinosaurs. And it's almost like they're saying to the audience that dinosaurs are boring as well. So, yeah, I didn't like that. So, one of the problems with Jurassic World 1 and Rebirth is that they forced the dinosaurs suck now idea to the audience to push their plot lines. Yes! Like, I feel like that's just something that a lot of the, like, franchises with dinosaurs struggle with, right? Because, like, I feel like a lot of the franchises that do something with dinosaurs forget the fact that dinosaurs are fucking awesome. Like, think about that for a moment, right? Think about Ark. It's the most famous dinosaur game that people think of. But then the developers were like, oh yes, we have dinosaurs, but imagine what would even be cooler? They were actively always trying to make something. Like, they always try to say something like, in the sense of, oh yes, we have dinosaurs, but Ark is so much more than that. And then they actively make things that are lamer than dinosaurs, right? Like, that's the kind of things that happen every time something with franchise stuff with dinosaurs happen, right? Like, look at Jurassic World as well, right? Oh yes, we've got dinosaurs, but guess what? Dinosaurs fucking suck, actually, and we're trying to do something else, like mutants, hybrids, or what? Even awesomer, locusts. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I feel like a lot of the franchises that do dinosaurs forget the fact that dinosaurs are awesome. And I don't know, I can't help but feel like I just get pissed by that, because people come there for the dinosaurs. I don't like when people, like, try to be all autistic, in terms of their franchise, and then in the view of their franchise, and they treat, like, their franchise like a form of art, and they try to actively do something a lot better, with the franchise, only for them to just completely degrade it. So, I guess in the sense, right, maybe that's why I didn't hate 65 too much, right? As much as I found the movie and the act boring, I just can't bring myself to absolutely hate 65. Because I guess at least they realized that dinosaurs were fucking awesome, right? Which, I hate to say it, the recent Jurassic World installations don't really do that. So, yeah, I think that really brings up a good point. Because unlike other people, like, I think I had a bit of charm for 65. And I couldn't really bring myself to think about why that was the case, right? I just thought it was because it was a movie, that I don't know, I was kinda crazy and enjoy for no reason, right? I guess people are allowed to, like, dog shit things, I guess. But, like, I think that brings up a really good point, right? Because, sure, 65 didn't show that actual dinosaurs were awesome, but they didn't really sideline dinosaur for something else, right? So, yeah, I think that's why I have a soft spot for, like, 65, I guess. But yes, anyways, back to what we're saying. Yeah, I don't know why they are saying that, oh, dinosaurs are, yeah, because I'm gonna be honest, right? Yeah, back to the point. So, you know what would have been a lot better way to kill off all the dinosaurs that fits in with the theme of this new movie? What if, instead of climate change, we had all the dinosaurs die because of some kind of dinosaur influenza? Like, and imagine that! There is a disease similar to the avian influenza. Maybe it could be a strain from the avian influenza because, you know, birds are dinosaurs, right? So that would go around killing all the dinosaurs. And the only place where the disease hasn't spread that far is the tropics. So all the dinosaurs remain there. And because scientists, guess what? Because scientists are afraid that that disease might mutate into a disease for humans, they decide to utilize the dinosaurs living in the tropics because they might think that the dinosaurs living there might have some kind of gene that prevents, I guess, the disease from being transmitted. That's why they're still alive in the tropics. So that's why they go there, to figure out why the dinosaurs in the tropics aren't affected by that, so that if the dinosaur influenza would afflict the humans, if that does end up happening, so that the humans could be prepared for that. That would make so much more sense than, oh, dinosaurs too hot, 2 degrees hotter, now they all fucking died. I felt that would make a lot more sense Especially considering that the whole reason the characters are going into the movie is because they're doing that for medicine. I felt that would make so much more sense. I don't know why the movie is called Rebirth, because it's a rebirth of the franchise. But yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Also, heart disease. Like, again, I'm not a medical student, right? But like, call me crazy, but like, aren't like heart transplants like a thing? Like, because when people said, when people first thought that when they first revealed the thing where they said that, oh, we're gonna be going, grabbing the DNA from Guangba, Kwaiba, and Baba for the transcendation of humanity, I guess. I thought that, I thought they'd be talking about cancer. Because it's a disease that we still haven't fixed yet. It's a disease that we really can't solve with modern medical things. And because we literally looked up, I think we talked about that on the internet. We looked it up on Google, and I think we came to the conclusion that some alligators were used to find some kind of way to treat cancer, I think? Wait, hold on. Let me actually look that up again real quick. Yeah, like something in this sense. Where birds use, we can find some kind of genes in I mean, not genes, but like, we can use some traits for dinosaurs, because dinosaurs are similar to birds, and birds don't really get cancer than mammals, so maybe we'll be able to get something out of that, use the dinosaurs to fix cancer, right? That's the kind of stuff that I was expecting. Like, heart disease? I'm gonna be honest. Heart disease? Like, we know we can get transplants, right? So, I don't know. The fact that we're getting dinosaur genes for cancer, for, like, heart disease just felt really off. And, yeah, I didn't really like that. But yes, also, I will say, though, I did like that one part where the radio said that, oh yes, there's the last dinosaur still alive in North America. It's a Brachiosaurus. And it cuts to, like, an Apatosaurus, because that is something that modern media would totally do, because the only sauropod that modern media thinks about is, like, Brachiosaurus. So, if someone saw a fallen Apatosaurus in the street, they'd be calling it a Brachiosaurus. And, yeah, I guess that's correct. That's surprisingly accurate, I guess. But yeah. So, yeah, so basically, they basically get, who was it, Zara? Was it Zara again? I forgot what was the name. Yeah, it's Zora. Yeah, who was Zara again? Wasn't Zara a character in Jurassic World? Oh yeah, she was the one that got eaten by the mosasaur, right? But yes. So, yeah, we basically get, who was the bad guy? Like, the bad guy, I guess. I actually don't know who is the businessman? Like, I don't know. All the actors look the same, guys. Hold up. Who's the guy in the suit? I guess he said it's a doctor, so I guess he's the paleontologist. Oh yeah, he's the Quetzal that gets the Quetzal guy. Martin Krebs. Yes, okay, he's the guy, right? He's the businessman. So Martin Krebs goes to Zara and he was like, "Oh yes, we'll pay you a shit ton of money, right? Let's go grab DNA from the Ryuge dinos." And she's like, "Oh yes, if you pay me a lot, sure, why not?" And then they go to Dr. Henris Loomis. Cuts to a scene where they are like closing a museum because Oh yes, again, the public doesn't give a shit about dinosaurs anymore, which is just ludicrous, but we've talked about that, so let's move on. Which brings up to the second part, which I was just baffled by the choice of the movie, right? So, guess why they're gonna be getting the DNA from the Mosasaur, Quetzal, and Titanosaur, right? So, they do actually bring up a good question. Why are we getting dinosaurs? Why are we getting gene samples from the biggest dinosaurs, right? And he says that the bigger the animal, the stronger the heart. So, if we're trying to solve a cure to heart disease, it only makes sense that we'd be getting DNA samples from the largest dinosaurs. Makes sense. Actually, I was wondering why that was the case, but now that you say it, that kind of does make sense. I don't know why you need Quetzal DNA though, like Mosasaur, Titanosaur, yeah, understandable. But like a Quetzalcoatlus, I feel like the Quetzal's heart probably didn't actually have to be that powerful, because Quetzals might be big, but they don't really have a lot of body mass, right? The Quetzals weren't really that heavy. If I'd actually say a T-Rex heart would probably be heavier than that of a Quetzal, so using a Quetzal is a bit weird, but you know what? Why not? I guess that makes sense. And then, you know, already then, the science makes no sense, but like, it is passable, right? It's like at least passable. But then, like, by the way, you had me convinced. You did not have to say anything. You just shut your mouth and we could just move on. Then Dr. Henley Loomis, right? An actual paleontologist in the movie, right? Says the most bullshit thing that I probably heard in the Jurassic World franchise for a really long time. So, the reason they're getting the 3 dinosaurs, creatures, I guess, was not because the dinosaurs have powerful hearts, not only because they have powerful hearts, but because large dinosaurs live longer than other animals. In fact, he deliberately says that they found a Cretaceous sauropod that lived for over 100 years. What the actual fuck? I thought that dinosaurs living for over 100 years was like something that people believed like back in the 1980s, right? Like, seriously? In the ripe old age of 2025? You bring up the fact that dinosaurs lived over 100 years? Like, why? Why would you do that? You already had me convinced with the dinosaur heart thing, so why did you bring in the fact that dinosaurs live really long? They don't! All the dinosaurs that we know live about like 20 years. All the entire strategy of dinosaurs revolved around, oh yes, we are sexually mature when we're in the teens, we quickly reproduce, and then we die. We come as fast as we go, I guess, basically. So, yeah, that was basically the survival strategy of the dinosaurs. And the fact that an actual paleontologist is saying that is just salt to the wound, because, like, come on, what do you mean, right? Like, now that he said it, like, the entire audience's perception about dinosaur age is probably gonna get set back to the Stone Age again. Like, now again, it's basically gonna be like Feathered Dinosaurs 2.0, where scientists will have to convince other people that dinosaurs didn't actually live for 100 years old again. Like, why? That was completely unnecessary. You had me at the heart thing, why bring up the dinosaur's age? Like, I don't understand. Right? Like, and then, I guess then they also showed the scenes where, I guess they showed, like, a museum fossil, I guess, where they showed different bones of all the dinosaurs. And I guess the Quetzal has the weird snout thing, which, I guess, I mean, again, in my headcanon, the 2 Quetzals that we see in Jurassic World Dominion and Rebirth are different subspecies. I mean, not really subspecies, but I guess different genuses or slash species. Yes, they're different species, so, because Quetzal, there are multiple species of Quetzals, so it makes sense. You know what? I guess it's understandable that they showed the Quetzal with the updated skull, I guess. With a different skull, yes. So, plus, when the hypothesis of long-living dinosaurs were around, it was never more than 50 years old. If it was for longevity, they could have taken parrots. Those things live fucking forever. I do think, I mean, I do remember reading in an old dinosaur magazine talking about how dinosaurs could possibly have lived over 100 years because turtles live for 100 years, but like, we really can't compare turtles to dinosaurs because they're large reptiles, right? Like, that's like a really outdated view on dinosaurs because dinosaurs live more closer to like birds than like the lifestyle was closer to that of birds and like more active animals than reptiles. So comparing those two, in hindsight, didn't really make a lot of sense. But yeah, again, that's like a science that we bring up in the 1980s. Right now, it's the 2025, right? Like, this isn't like stuff from the like, this is like on the levels of Alan Grant saying that brachiosauruses lived in swamps, right? Like, and even the original Jurassic Park movie, they're saying that, oh yeah, they did really not live in swamps. They bring that up. Yet in this movie, it's like the same thing. Like, they're saying, they're going the opposite way, saying that, oh, never mind, brachiosaurs did actually only live in swamps. Like, that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from that. Like, it's like a complete degradation of science, which, it's a sci-fi movie, dude. What the fuck are you doing, right? Like, the least you could do is bring up, like, the basic scientific facts straight. Like, my friend says, like, I really shouldn't get too riled up over that. But, like, no, I am riled up over that. Like, what do you mean? Like, the least you could do is, like, because it's such an unnecessary part, right? They could have not said that at all. It would be fine. Like, they had to go out of their way to say that, which I really don't like. So... but yes, what was I gonna say? For some reason, Twitch locks the ability. Okay, I'm sorry, Zen, but, like, if you want to have more decent quality streams, I guess you could watch me on YouTube. I mean, on YouTube, you can, watch me on lower quality as well. Because, like, it's in South Korea, we can't really, I don't earn any revenue from Twitch because Twitch is banned in South Korea. So I'm just multi-streaming for more a wider audience reach. So, but yeah, if you want a high quality stream, there is you can watch me on YouTube. I apologize, but I really can't like change the settings right now. So yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure the only way a dinosaur could live 100 years would be super slow metabolism. But most don't seem to show any of that. Exactly. Basically what I'm saying. So, yes. What was I? Yeah, there's, and after we talked about those dinosaur age bullshit, right? Here comes another thing that I don't quite understand, right? So the way Zora and Martin convince Henry Loomis to join them on the island in person was that Zora brings up the fact that, oh, Dr. Henry Loomis, you probably actually haven't seen a dinosaur in the wild, right? And Dr. Henry thinks about that for a moment and he's like, oh yeah, actually, yeah, sure, right, let's go. Which, again, it just makes me wonder, what do you mean? What do you mean? The entire past 2 movies was about dinosaurs in the wild. If you still, at that point, still haven't seen a dinosaur in the wild? Like, at that point, what are you even doing with your life, buddy? At that point, that's kind of on you, man. Like, you had the chance to visit the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, in Jurassic World, because Jurassic Park was a separate thing. In Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, all the dinosaurs came out into the world, so you probably could see some dinosaurs there. In Jurassic World Dominion, they were all, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, they were all across the country, so if you probably took a glance outside the window, you probably would have seen one. And if that wasn't a decent excuse, in Jurassic World Dominion, the entire world is filled with dinosaurs, and with dinosaurs in the wild. So, if you still haven't seen a dinosaur at that point, I mean, again, that's kind of on you, man. So, yeah, like, like, I don't get how that's a plot point. Like, what do you mean? And besides, you're a paleontologist. You should know better. They're all majorly, like, manufactured hybrid animals. Like, sure, like, it's basically, like, I'd say if in a world where Jurassic World dinosaurs were an actual thing, like, I'd consider, Jurassic World dinosaurs to be, something in the sense of, imitation crab meat, right? Like, yeah, sure, right? You can replace that for crabs, but if you are a crab-eating specialist, right, you fucking love the taste of crabs, right? You're a crab gourmet specialist, right? Like, you wouldn't go out of your way to search down a type of crab imitation meat, right? Is what I'm saying. Like, I think that's a great comparison. And I feel like Dr. Henry Loomis would probably know better than that. So, yeah, that's a plot point that I didn't quite think would have made sense. Maybe them having more heart tissues would be a better explanation. That's true. But, like, what I'm saying is, like, that... What I'm saying, Utz, is that... Like, yeah, sure, if you really go deep into the science, it makes sense that using the biggest three animals wouldn't make the most sense. But, like, they want to drive the plot point home that they really want to grab the DNA from those three animals. So, like, on first glance, the science, like, with zero medical knowledge, like, it makes sense. It checks out, at least. Like, it's a bit of a stretch, but, like, I can see how they came to the conclusion, right? That's what I'm saying. Right? Dr. Henry's still in the faking part of the fake until you make it. True. And then, yeah, then we cut to a part to where they go to the island, and they got to a part where they show a fisherman, like, bringing up the skull of a Dunkleosteus. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Again, as I said before, I don't quite understand where those animals are coming from. Like, there's no way you're trying to convince me that, like, a Dunkleosteus flopped out of the Lockwood mansion at the same time, right? Like, there's no way that's a thing. If there was a fish flopping out of the Lockwood Manor, we would have seen it. And there's no way the Dunkleosteus lived alongside the Mosasaurus in the lagoon. So, like, come on. Where do these dinosaurs keep spawning from? Like, I kind of wonder, I'm genuinely curious. Is there, like, a mad scientist underneath the cities of New York, just in a secret lab, just shitting out more and more dinosaurs? So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, where do all those animals come from? Like, that's just that's just something that, even in Jurassic World Dominion, they really didn't go over that a lot. They just said, in the vague terms of, like, genetic power has been unleashed, I guess. But, like, what the fuck do you mean by that? But yes, we got a Dunkeluncle. They even, like, show a scene where a guy claims to have saved kids from, like, a megalodon, but they don't really show a megalodon, so I guess that's it. And yes, they basically go to the island, and there what was it? Yeah, Duncan actually mentions that, like, he lost his kid in an accident. So yeah, I think that's like that really shows, like, I like the Duncan's character development, right? Like, he lost his kid, so he's trying to save another kid. Makes sense, because he wants to do something that he couldn't do for his own kid. So, you know, makes sense. Actually, despite, I don't know, for a lot of South Koreans didn't really like the character of Duncan. I thought a lot of people felt like he was a bit forced, but I don't really quite understand what they meant by that. But, like, I like Duncan. I personally, I actually think I found Zora boring. Actually, I like Duncan, but yeah, Zora in general just really didn't. Zora, the character, just didn't really make sense, right? Because, right, I know this isn't exactly time-based, like, this isn't, like, chronologically in order, but later down in the movie, Zora's like, oh yeah, I mean, she literally came to the island because Krebs would pay her more money, but afterwards, they're like, oh no, actually, we're just gonna open source it, now everyone gets the DNA, right? Like, which is just a complete 150? I mean, 180, right? What do you mean 150? It's a complete 180 from what she was when she entered the island. And there really wasn't, like, anything that she underwent in terms of, like, character development. At least with Jurassic World, you could say that, oh, Claire saw the dead Apatosaurus, that's why she changed. But there really wasn't an experience like that for Zora. She just kind of just turned on a whim. Which is just kind of wild. I don't know why that happened. I don't know. I guess maybe Dr. Henris Loomis really looked that handsome in her eyes, I guess. I don't know why. I guess she really fell heads to heels for her or something like for him, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, again, she was a character that was all about the money. And like you'd expect a character like that to undergo some sort of character development, but it didn't really feel like that. Because, like, one might say that, oh, maybe seeing her teammates die changed her mind to open source it, but that doesn't make sense though, does it? Because if she saw every single one of her teammates die, right, minus Duncan, right? If I was in Zora's shoes, I'd be like, fuck it, this work I'm doing is dangerous. I'm gonna take the money and get out of there. I'm never gonna do this ever again. Is honestly what I would be thinking if I saw every single one of my friends and members die, right? Like, but no, she goes completely counterintuitive to that, and she's like, after seeing all my friends die, guess what? I'm just gonna donate the thing to science. Because she learned that Krebs would rather let the other girl get killed instead of calling for help. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, right? Yeah, well, you know what? Let's talk about that as well, right? While we're at it. As much, right? Call me insane, but I didn't really think that the character of Krebs was that evil, right? You call me crazy, but I actually think that Krebs I think he acted pretty logically, from my viewpoint, right? You might say that, oh yes, Krebs, would have rather let her, would have, because Krebs let the girl die, right? I'm gonna be honest, if I wasn't in Krebs' shoes, right, remember, right, I'm gonna be honest, right, because I actually didn't expect Krebs to join them, right? Because I thought Krebs would just be the guy who gives the money to Zora, and Zora and her teammates would be on the way. I actually didn't expect Krebs to join them, right? Because why would he? Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, it's already a huge undertaking, right? He's like a normal businessman, right? So, because, let's put ourselves in his shoes, right? You're a guy working for a pharmaceutical company, right? One day you're the middleman to go in for a deal for your company to earn a shit ton of money, right? They pay you handsomely, so you're like, oh yes, sure, I'll convince them to get them some dinosaur DNA. How hot could that be? But then they were like, oh, actually, yeah, you know, about that, Krebs, you're going along with them. If I was the case, I would have dipped out of there right now. Like, what the fuck do you mean? I'm not some kind of mercenary. I'm not some kind of, like, military guy. I'm just the middleman for some deal. The fact that Krebs himself already is going with them already in itself is kind of impressive. Like, and besides, like, Krebs didn't tell Zora and the other guys that their island that they'd be going to is an island full of failures and hybrids. So even he knows it's dangerous. The fact that he's already willing to go there isn't, like, it's kind of crazy. And he saw one of the military guys getting eaten by a Spinosaurus. If I was in his shoes, I'd be like shitting my pants in the corner of the, like, thing. in the corner of the boat. And when the woman was like, when the girl, I guess, was trying to go call for Mayday, he knows that if he calls that, then they're gonna be fucked. So when she, like, when the boat shakes and she falls near off the boat, like, I was like, I'd be calculating this in my head. I'm like, yes, she literally tried to call for backup, which could get all of us in trouble, right? That's true. But I'm not really a piece of shit, so I could probably go out there and save her now, right? But also, I saw a military guy, which, by the way, is a guy built for this kind of training, getting eaten by a Spinosaurus. I'm an average salary man. I don't know. I think I take my chances of potentially looking like an asshole, and I'd rather take the route of me staying alive, right? Like, it's the way he framed the way the movie framed it, so that he wouldn't really save her even if he had the chance. But if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't be saving her too. I don't want to be Spinosaurus Chew. And heck, even later in the movie, he finds the gun. He doesn't really use the gun to, like, actively, like, shoot and threaten other people. He only uses the gun for self-defense. Like, he's like, oh yes, I'm here. He didn't even, like, actively threaten them to, like, hand over the DNA sample. If that was the case, I could kind of see how he's the bad guy. But no, he was pretty polite about it. He's like, yeah, you know, I have a gun, right? Just give me the DNA sample, and, like, just in case, just to keep it safe, right? Like, he wasn't even, like, acting that big of an asshole either, right? Like, I'd say that Krebs, the movie really framed him to be the really bad asshole guy, but, like, if I was in his shoes, like, I think that's a pretty sane way to act, right? Like, remember, he's an average salary man. He isn't some kind of mercenary. Maybe he is. Maybe I didn't watch that part properly, but, like, the vibe I got from the movie was that Krebs was just some kind of middleman. Do you think the movie would be better if the Delgado family wasn't there? You bring up a good point. That was literally the point which I was about to join. That was the point at which I was about to move on to. Yes. The Delgado family was annoying at best, and at worst, hold up. Yeah. The family was uninteresting at best. At worst, it was distracting because since having a kid die wouldn't be possible because it's a movie made for kids, right? Because I felt like that the scene with the T-Rex raft scene would have been a lot more intense if we didn't show the kid. If it was the actual, like, mercenary team that was doing the boat thing instead of the kid. Because the kid is there, we know they won't die. Whereas with the mercenary team, we know that all the people there are disposable. So you kind of expect maybe one of those people to die, right? So, the scene that is supposed to be filled with a lot of tension and excitement, it kind of undermines or, like, lowers the level of excitement from the scene, I guess, because you know that nobody there is gonna die, right? So I wasn't completely against the idea of originally having the family out at sea, and maybe not without the kid, maybe if I had to change something about the movie, and they would show the boat, and yeah, they, like, first, right, the boyfriend was kind of an asshole at the start of the Delgado family when they showed it in the movie. So, like, he wasn't really taking over to the steering wheel. He's just sitting there smoking weed, I guess. So they should have just killed off the boyfriend. They should have it eaten by the mosasaur. And they should have sent out a signal, right? And then the mercenary team would have seen the signal, and they should have turned their things around and headed towards the boat, right? What if, when they arrived at the scene, everyone was just gone? Because, if you think about it, right? If they just cut off the scene right after the boyfriend was, like, in my best case scenario, I think the boyfriend would have been eaten by the mosasaur. Because I felt like the boyfriend was like kind of an asshole even at the start. So he had every single one of those traits as a character that's gonna be killed off. I honestly thought that he'd be killed off, right? What if that would have happened and the mosasaur killed him and we just cut to the mercenary team? So, and they get the rescue signal. They head over to the boat and you just see the boat with no one there. The boat is there, but no one is there. Similar to the scene in the Lost World. And then you see the Spinosaurs appear. Because if you like, the one thing that questioned me at the first, in the first Delgado family scene was that they saw the Spinosaurs at the start, but then they saw the Mosasaur, but the Spinosaurs never appeared. Which, again, makes me wonder why the Spinosaurs were even there in the first place, because why did the Spinosaurs come and try to attack them? They did that later, because why'd they show up earlier then? It doesn't make sense. So, like, why'd they show the Spinosaurs later in the scene? There was no reason for you to show the Spinosaurs as earlier. They should have just shown this Mosasaur only at the start, and then shown the Spinosaurs after the Merc team is actively hunting the Mosasaur down. I felt that would make more sense. But yeah, yeah, that's what I think. They should have just when they arrived at the scene, they should have just seen an empty boat. Kind of like maybe a nod to the original Lost World scene and the Sorta scene where at the start all the people were killed, right? So I think that would have made a lot more sense. That could also maybe be a nod to the reason why the crew that could also have been in the retcon as to why all the crew were killed, you know? Because all the Spinosaurs ate them. The Spinos killed the guys in the Jurassic Park 3. The Spinos killed the guys in the boat scene in the Lost World. I don't know if that's actually true though. Like, when were the Jurassic World Spinos made? Were they made with the original park, or were they made? I think they were made for World. So no, that actually doesn't make sense. Actually, yeah, never mind. Cut that out, right? Yeah. But yes, like I felt like a separate family makes sense. But I guess they really wanted to have a kid, I guess. Because I guess having a fucking dinosaurs wasn't awesome enough. They really needed some kind of character that the kids watching the movie could feel, I guess, in unison to, I guess. Whatever. I guess they wanted a character that the kids could relate to, I guess. But like, come on, it's a movie for dinosaurs. You really don't need a character for the kids to relate to, man. Like, the kids are gonna be watching the movie regardless. They really don't. You don't really need a character like that. So yeah, I don't know. The Duncan family was like, meh. Like, it felt like it had a very similar taste to like the human characters in a Godzilla movie, right? Like, they aren't terrible. But, like, having them... I'd be lying if I said having those characters, like, cause the movie to degrade in quality. Like, I think without, like... I don't know, man. Like, how do I put it, right? I actually haven't seen Battle at Big Rock. But yeah, the Duncan family just felt really meh. Yeah, I do think that the Mosasaur should have eaten the boyfriend at the start. So what now? Yes. So, anyways, so that happens, all the people crash land onto the island, right? And I think that's another gripe that I have with the movie. After that, all the people just start, like, casually, very slowly, moving all those heavy luggages up the beach. Why? Like, the paleontologist seems to be on the right track. He says that the Spinosauruses are gonna come. That's why he said we should run into the woods, right? But no! they all slowly start moving in giant bags of luggages. And one of those mercs actually get killed by that. And the one thing that I do wonder is like that all the Spinosaurs really seem to be very content with like eating half a guy. Like, we're talking about like a 14, 15 meter long animal. What do you mean you eat half a guy and you're full? Right? Like, I legit thought that the Spinosauruses would have started like crawling up onto the beach. But you only see the one female character getting eaten by the Spinosauruses like at the beach. Like, but you don't really see the Spinosaurus, right? You see the Spinosaurus slide into the water, but like, because the coast was very dense, right? The woods were very dense. I kind of expected the Spinosaurus to chase the characters into the woods, I guess, but that doesn't happen, which is just weird. Because like, what do you mean? Why does the Spinosaurus only live under the water? Like, yeah, sure, Spinosaurus were majority of their life were spent under the water. I get it, but like, why couldn't you have a scene where the Spinosaurus crawled onto land, right? Why not? I felt like that would make a lot more sense. Really felt like half-assed, really. Like, because they don't even end up using the big luggage as well at the end. They just, like, what did you expect? Spinosaurus. They aren't like marine reptiles. Obviously, they'd be crawling up onto the beach. Why are you trying to move all the big luggage? You aren't gonna be using them later in the movie anyways, right? Oh yeah, also, speak of things that weren't really utilized in the movie, in the boat scene, before the Spinosaurus crashed, they show some kind of like a canister filled with like neurotoxin that's gonna kill a dinosaur. And I thought that was like gonna be like foreshadowing for something. No, that was nothing. So why did they show that? Like, there was an entire scene where they were like, oh yes, I guess that was gonna show Henry Loomis, I guess, the way he really wouldn't like to see someone kill a dinosaur. But if you wanted to talk killing dinosaurs from a viewpoint of a dinosaur lover's perspective, if you wanted to put that into the movie, like, you'd expect there to be a scene where the Duncan, I guess, has to like shoot a dinosaur or something like that. Like, it has every single thing of a foreshadowing. Like, the scene seems to foreshadow some kind of moral conflict about the characters actually having to kill a dinosaur, but that never happens. The only time that people do kill a dinosaur, like actively, when the people actively kill a dinosaur, is a Mutodon. And he seems to be cool with that. Because I guess it's because not a real dinosaur. So I guess that makes sense why he wouldn't he wouldn't really care about that. So why was that a scene? Why I don't know, maybe there was like a, you know how we talked about there's gonna be some kind of like deleted scene? Maybe the deleted scene is maybe about the Carnivores and the Diabloceratops with the gun, maybe, who knows? Like, the Spinosauruses do go on land, but, like, it's not really shown that well, I think. So, yeah, I didn't really like that. So, there was also another scene where the boyfriend says, oh, yeah, we're gonna go in this direction. And then they show, like, the foliage, like, rustling in front of him. So, he's like, oh, yeah, no, we're going in that direction. Why'd they do that? Some people should learn about Chekhov's gun. But Chekhov's gun is usually something used, that's something that usually enhances a good movie, right? I don't think Jurassic World Rebirth was that good of a movie where a Chekhov's gun actually felt like it added something of substance. Like, like, the movie wasn't, like, good enough to warrant a Chekhov's gun, to the point, like, if it's like a good movie, a Chekhov's gun sounds interesting. But if it was a kind of a mid movie, I think instead of the, like, I don't think anyone would have thought that that's a Chekhov's gun. Everyone would have thought that that's like a half-ass plot point. But yes, anyways, yeah, there was also that scene where there was like a foliage rustling. Couldn't they have used like a herbivorous dinosaur? I think instead of like some kind of foliage rustling, why not have the Diabloceratops rush out of that or something like that? Like, maybe, like, show a bunch of, like, herd of Diabloceratopses. And then he's like, oh, yeah, they look kind of fierce, so we're going that direction. Makes sense. Instead of just, like, an ominous rustle, which feels kind of... It feels cheap. I hate to say it. For a movie that spent, like, 3 trillion on their budget, like, I don't know. The movie feels kind of cheap. So, what then? Hold on, let me grab something to drink. Right. Right. Oh, this stream is gonna be a lot of talking, so. Oh my, I've already stressed my vocal cords a lot more than usual. And that's kind of crazy because I nearly stream every day. It's good voice training, I guess. So, yeah, what happened then? Yes, then there's like the swamp scene, right? Oh yeah, Allosaur, go ahead. Drop a question. What's your question? What do you wish to know? What species were in the film? Huh? What the hell? What is this? NBC confirms? Wait, what? They weren't in the movie, what? Yeah, no, as I said, Allosaur, I think, yeah, all the dinosaurs that we saw in the movie, they were pretty much in the film. Like, there were no real surprise dinosaurs. I guess there was like a beetle, I guess. There was like there was an Anki for like half a second in the movie, but that's it. And I don't know, like, they weren't in the movie, so yeah, the creature roaster itself was very bland. Like, I think, yeah, this is pretty much the entire cast. We had the Aquilops, the Quetzal, the D-Rex, the Titanosaur, the Mosa, the Spino. I guess we had a second shot of the beetle, and there was like an Apatosaur at the start. That's it. I guess if we want to talk really about extras, I guess there was a head of a Dunkleosteus. Oh yeah, I guess there were the red compies too, I guess, but we kind of saw that already. In the car trailer, right? Yeah, no Diabloceratops, no Carnivores. I don't know, maybe South Korea didn't have access to the extended cut, but I didn't get to see them. Oh yeah, now that I think about it. The Diabloceratops is like an exclusive. I wonder if they're sold in South Korea. No, Parasaur, no Parasaurolophus. There was only a corpse. No Maiasaur either. There was like 0 surprise species. Hold on, let me look it up. I wonder if the Pseudoceratops is available. No, there's no Diabloceratops. Nope. There was a dead para. There's like 1 second of Anki, right? There's like a second. No Maya either. Like, again, also, I will say that, though, the whole, like, I don't know, despite what a lot of people have been talking about the raft sequence, I didn't, like, I felt like the, homage to the original Jurassic Park novel, especially in terms of the raft sequence, was really half-assed. Call me insane. But that's my take. Because minus the fact that there's a T-Rex chasing a raft, there is nothing about the scene that's the scene from the novel. Like, it's literally the scene stripped to its bare bones. There's no Dilos competing for territory, getting jump-scared by the Rex. There's no scene where the family is on a tree watching the Microceratops eat berries, and when the T-Rex breaks out of the clearing and chases the Hadrosaurs down. None of that happens. Not like the entire sequence. None of the sequence that leads up to the raft sequence, nor the actual raft sequence itself that ends with the T-Rex's stretching long tongue around Tim. Right? None of that happens in this movie. It's literally the only thing that the new movie resembles that of the novel scene is the fact that the T-Rex is chasing a boat. That is it. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even think that's a homage. That's a far cut. Yeah, I mean they hinted an extended cut. I do wish we could see that. Yeah, there was also that scene with this, where the characters were like wading through a swamp, and there was like something chasing them. I don't know, maybe I just didn't see the movie really properly, but it really felt like that mystery creature from like 65 that slid past Adam Sandler, I think, at the start. Right, you see like those really weird long fish amphibious like creatures like slid past him, and like that's like the only thing that we see of him. That's like the same for this movie as well. You see like some creatures slide past him. I don't know if like it actually could have been the amphibian that we see later in the movie. Like there's like an amphibious, I don't know if that was like some kind of labyrinthodont, but like the T-Rex doesn't die, Parrot Monk. Here's the thing. It just disappears. It doesn't die. No dinosaur. It does not end up with a dinosaur find. So yeah, you shouldn't have high expectations for a Jurassic World movie. If you I don't know. I think I enjoyed Jurassic World Rebirth more than I thought I would because my expectations were like so low. So the fact that they didn't really use a lot of the mutants, the mutants weren't really that much present except for the latter half of the film, latter third of the film. So yeah, it's surprised. Yeah, it's the yeah, the T-Rex doesn't die. There's no, like, a grand finale of dinosaur battles. That doesn't mean that D-Rex will come back. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. I don't really think so. Will be interesting if we start the next movie with a dinosaur fight, though. But what was I talking about again? I completely forgot what I was talking about. You just saw the movie and really liked it. Good for you. Like, I think it's above average. It's a 5.5 for me. 5 is average, by the way. 5 doesn't mean a bad movie. 5 is average. Below 5 is bad. Below 5 is great. So, yeah, 5 is good. It's a 5.5. Good. So, by the way, this is my ratings for the previous movies. Jurassic World's a 9. Park is 8.5. Lost World 8. Park 3 is 7.6. Rebirth is 5.5. Dominion is 5. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is 3. Did any of the... I don't know what you mean by main cast, but a lot of the cast dies. If you want to see good guys die, this movie is for you. Like, there's no dinosaurs only targeting bad guys thing. You'll be pleasantly surprised. No, Diablos, no, I did not, no, Diabloceratops and Carnivores were not in the movie. At least in South Korea. Like, I don't know, I feel like they are hinting on on an extended cut featuring those two dinosaurs, but in the theater, right now, I haven't seen it. Yes, Parrot Monk. I don't want to spoil the characters dying. Well, to be fair, I did talk about it early in the stream, so... well, anyways, yes. But yeah, what else? What else? What else? Oh, yeah, also. Hold on. What, were there more than one Mutodon? I think there were 2 of them. Wasn't there, like, what was it? Wasn't there, like, a Captives of Velociraptor toy card that showed, the guys in the helicopter being eaten by the Velociraptors? I could be wrong, though. But yeah, the raptors were really, really unused in the movie. I hated that. They made a dope-ass design, and the only shot that we see of it is from a very blurry shot in the middle of the night. These guys could have been bright pink as far as I know, and we would have not made a single difference. What else did I go over? I think I actually did go over the majority of the things. Oh yes, there's that. Remember when I said that the Titanosaurs have a really, really long tail? And remember how I said that maybe we might have the D-Rex fight the Titanosaurs at the end? Maybe that's why the Titanosaurs have, like, a really long tail? Do you know why the Titanosaurs have a really long tail in the movie? Just so that they could have, like, a scene where the 2 Titanosaurs cuddle, and you see the tails in the background. Just because of that stupid visual effect? The Titanosaurs have a long tail. Yeah, I guess I should call me stupid for actually thinking that we'd have Titanosaurs actively using the tail for something interesting, right? And also, yeah, this actually wasn't in the movie. I could be blind, but I didn't see the two-headed raptors in the movie. I guess that really was just something for the trailer. Just to hide the Mutodons at the end. But I didn't see the two-headed raptors. We saw the two-headed trike, but... Yeah, that one. Yes, there's one. Like, there's no way, like, the raptors were so underused, right? Like, what do you mean? The only way you could figure out, like, the only meaningful thing that the raptors did in the movie plot is something that happened off camera, and it's only something that we can know by looking at a captive's toy. Like, what do you mean? God. Like, it really just feels like the captives, yeah, I'm so disappointed with the Raptors, man. Like, this was the moment. This was the moment where we could have been using Raptors a lot. This was the movie to do it. Also, minor nit point. Very minor nitpick that I have from the movie. So in this scene where the guy or the paleontologists goes down the cliff to retrieve the Quetzal egg, right? Yeah. I don't know why his glasses didn't fall off. I guess they're just glued to his face. Like, I don't know. If I was going down a giant cliff, I kind of thought that I'd lose my glasses, but no, I don't know why, but the glasses are just stuck to him like glue, I guess. Oh, yes! Speak of that. Yeah, that's another thing that I really didn't like. There was a scene, after where they got the scene from the, where they got the sample of the Quetzal DNA. The scientist... So, basically, right, what happens in the movie is that they use a gun, they're gonna shoot a dart on the dinosaur, the dart fills... It's kind of like Jurassic World Alive, if you think about it. The dart fills blood, it fills a cylinder in the dart with dinosaur blood, and then the thing shoots out like a rocket, so that we can pick it up, and then it falls down with a parachute, so you can pick it up, right? So... After the guy picks up the Quetzalcoatlus DNA sample, they're like, they go like latched on a cliff. So the guy throws out the DNA sample, and then the paleontologists, is there an after credit scene? I don't remember there being one. I don't think I actually was. I didn't actually, I don't know. I didn't actually sit through the entire credit scene. I had to go play Yu-Gi-Oh! With my friends, so... you know, if there was one, I didn't see it. Kinda hope that they didn't have one, because if they did, I feel like that would have been a lot of franchise slop. You don't have to ask me for a question, just say the damn question, man. I don't know why you guys are saying that. Like... Dude, if you ask me for a question, by that itself, you're asking me a question. Right? Don't you understand? Just shoot your question. I don't know why you guys are doing that, right? I don't understand. Next time when you guys ask me if I can ask you a question, I'll just say no. Just for the sheer absurdity of it. Anyways, yeah, so there's a scene where this paleontologist grabs the Quetzal DNA sample, and then he shoots it off. But the rope that was connecting him to the cliff snaps, so the guy falls like 200 meters down to the ground. For some reason, he falls through like 3-4 palm trees, and it magically survives. with his glasses intact. And then, so remember, a guy just fell off a 200-meter cliff. You see the guy drop into the, like, he basically, like, hits, like, a billion palm trees on his way down. He falls into a river. And then he goes up, and then he dives back up. And then you see the parachute slowly, with the Quetzal DNA sample, fall down, but only after, like, the other mercenaries and who was it? Zara reaches them in the ground. There's no way you're telling me that the team of mercenaries and that one salaryman scaled down a 200-meter cliff faster than a canister of floating dino DNA could reach the ground. There is no way that happened. Like, how does that even happen? Like, what do you mean? Those people, like, did they use the Minecraft bucket tactic? How the hell are they already at the ground? Like, I kind of expected the scientists to, like, take a while to meet up with the crew. Like, I don't know, maybe then show him, I don't know, meet the Diabloceratops or something, but no, the characters just immediately appear behind them. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Here's the question, if it get given that the Deinonychus the bigger role, I don't care. I genuinely don't care. I don't really care about, like, headcanon things. Like, I don't really care about rewrites, more like. Minus like a passing statement. I don't really go too deep into rewrites because I genuinely think that they're quite pointless. The only reason I talk about a rewrite is only to say, to emphasize something that they missed doing in the actual movie itself. If you use proper climbing gear, you could get there faster. Then a guy falling from a cliff? Hello? I don't know, Allosaur, I didn't really think of that. Like, I don't know, it's... Even with climbing gear, though, like, I just felt it very hard to believe. So what else is there? I guess there was, like, a couple things that I could keep talking about. But you know what? I think those are, like, my main statements. The movie did end. I do think that Zora's, like, character development was really weird. The ending was pretty conclusive. But yeah, the D-Rex really doesn't do much. You couldn't replace the D-Rex with another large... You could have replaced the D-Rex with another large carnivore, and it would really not have made a lot of difference. They could have just replaced the Mutodons with another large... they could have replaced the Mutodons with the Raptors, and they could have replaced, I don't know, the D-Rex with the actual T-Rex. Because the T-Rex actually doesn't do anything minus the raft sequence. You know, the one thing that they teased, that they literally showed the entire thing in the trailer. That's like the entire T-Rex scene in the movie. So yeah, I mean, I guess there's like, the helicopter scene. Oh yeah, I guess there's like helicopter scene. I didn't get how the helicopter didn't see the D-Rex though. Just again, felt pretty half-assed. We didn't actually, by the way, we didn't actually see the scene where the D-Rex, like, slams down the, what was it? The scene where the D-Rex slams down the foot that we saw in the trailer, that wasn't actually in the, yeah, that wasn't in the trailer. That wasn't in the movie. That was interesting. Maybe there was fog. Like, what do you... but still, though, like... Oh, yeah, that's another thing, right? That, I think that's something that my friend... That I watched... I watched the movie with two of my friends. And, like, that was another thing that my friend really was annoyed by. Was that the mercenaries didn't really act like mercenaries. Like, the way they introduced the characters made it feel like that there have been mercenaries doing that for years. Yet, when they actually end up in the dinosaur island, everything that they do kind of screamed incompetency. Especially at the start with one of the female characters dragging the luggage by herself and getting eaten by the Spinosaurs. That was stupid. Like, I thought mercenaries were supposed to have, like, situational awareness or something. I guess not. I guess that could mean that I could qualify as a mercenary, huh? I don't know, don't care. They're pretty good, I guess. I don't do well with fanfics. But yeah, around the latter part of the movie, I don't really have a lot of say because, like, I just generally just dislike the latter part. Like, again, not because there was, like, anything bad, but, like, again, I don't like the mutants in general. The entire movie was very anti-dinosaur. Like, the movie was just hammering the point that dinosaurs aren't cool. Check out our monsters that we created instead. They're cool, right? Like, I don't like that. How long was Jurassic World Rebirth? There's a Jurassic World ending explained? What the fuck is there to explain? What the fuck did he explain? There's nothing explained in the article. Hello, Collier? Wait, the movie's 2 hours long? It did not feel like 2 hours at all. It felt more like an hour and a half, I'm gonna be honest. Really? Huh. Yeah, I guess the audience kind of agrees. I gave it a 5.5. Yeah, I think a lot of the people are kind of agreeing with me. Like, I don't know, I feel like that's alright. The movie feeling short probably means I was probably immersed. They gave it a 6.4, but that's pretty generous. Oh yes, I will say that though. Yeah. I didn't really like the mutants, especially in the fact that the original okay, so okay, let me tell you another reason why I don't really like the D-Rex especially, was because in the original Jurassic World movie, they said that, oh yes, our park is failing, people don't like dinosaurs. So we're gonna make this new hybrid dinosaur that basically looks like a dinosaur but bigger and white. While they say that, as they had a 6-legged T-Rex growing in a lab across the world. Like, I just feel like that doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Like, what do you mean that? Like, what does that even do, right? Like, you can't just say people are bored of dinosaurs, proceeds to make a slightly bigger white dinosaur, instead of utilizing the 6-legged dinosaur that you had on the island. Like, I just felt that very unbelievable. Totally breaks the immersion. There's a reason I did not like, the D-Rex at all. It's not even a retcon, it's the producer's not even following what they created. Exactly. Like, it's like, a retcon kind of says that, oh yeah, we're gonna, like, go over something that we already did. No, this is just sheer incompetence. It just logically doesn't make sense. Like, and besides, if the Mutadons and D-Rexes were a thing, what the hell is up with Scorpios? What's up with that? At least with the Scorpius Rex, it felt like a prototype to the Indominus, but these things do not feel like a prototype to the Indominus at all. In fact, the Indominus looks like a prototype for these things, dare I say. Oh yeah, also, this was like the only scene with the Dilophosaurus in the movie, I guess. So much for Dilo action, huh? But yeah, guys. Like, dude, the director made such good films before this. I mean, the movie itself was decent. I'm not saying that the movie was bad. Like, visually, the movie was beautiful. It's just that the story was meh. They did what they could. I really wish South Korea would have gotten this popcorn bucket. I was really looking forward to this. This looks so cool, man. But like, it's like a popcorn bucket, so I don't know if I'll be getting this on eBay, I'm gonna be honest. like, it looks very cool, but I'm like not too bothered to get it. Cool enough to buy, but like not cool enough to order it overseas. And look at that! People get those cool dinosaur popcorn buckets too. Now, there's a popcorn tin. There's a popcorn tub. There's a cup. We didn't get jack shit. The only thing we got is like a is an aluminum can with 5 stickers and a Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom logo acrylic keyring. Did you hear about the Superman fans trying to review bomb? Yeah, I did. Honestly, I couldn't care less. Like, come on, nobody's gonna watch a movie because it's got low reviews, right? Oh yeah, check out the Jurassic World Alive. Oh wait, hold up. The Jurassic World Alive just get updated? Let me check. If that's the case, that's about like it's about 1 a.m. I'm gonna be honest. I'd love to go to bed now. Let me see. Is it updated? Huh? That's what killed a lot of films. Oh, really? I mean, come on, it's freaking dinosaurs. I don't think having a low review would prevent them from getting freaking dinosaurs, though. Okay, I guess Ludi hates me, right? But yeah, guys, I think that is gonna be it for today. I really want to get this Jurassic World, I want to get this Diabloceratops Funko Pop. It's so cute, I like it. It's probably my favorite Funko Pop. I think I like this even more than the Dilophosaurus. But yeah, guys, that is my review. It's a 5.5. The D-race was unnecessary. They could replace it with another big carnivore. The Mutodons could have been replaced for Raptors. But yeah, that's about it, guys. So, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, may the Jurassic Sprint with you. Bye-bye. I may or may not be able to upload tomorrow's video. I'm pretty tired. If I'm able to do the finishing touches on tomorrow's video before I fall asleep, we might have an upload tomorrow. If not, we'll do a stream. I think we might play Ark tomorrow. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.